Okay, so I apologise for taking so long to do another video. I know I did a string of 3 or 4 in quite a quick succession and then none until now. I've just been really busy, really. It's been my son's first birthday and I started back at work again and things have just gone on top of me, so I haven't really had the time nor motivation. And then over the last couple of days I've had a few people tagging me in posts and telling me about how much they enjoyed my few videos that I've done. And just wondered when I would be doing some more, so I thought I would just do another one on the current Filofax that I'm in. So at the moment I'm using my personal size Malden in the ochre? I never know how to pronounce it. I think it's ochre, but I won't say that again because it's really irritating when you hear somebody say something wrong. But so I'm using personal sized. Always use personal size, as I've said in videos before, it just suits me. Mine marks quite easily, and mine is, they come in like different shades. I've seen them really, really light and really, really dark. Mine's sort of an in-between, which is quite nice, as you can see. I don't treat mine. I know a lot of people treat their leather with creams and moisturisers. I've done it with a few leather Filofaxes, but I haven't really needed to do this yet. It's still quite soft and supple and floppy, which is nice. I really like a bit of flop. But yeah, so that's what I'm using at the moment anyway. I did make a picture post a few days ago on my Instagram, so I potterised it. Anybody who knows me knows that I am one of the world's biggest Harry Potter fans ever, so I don't know why I haven't done it until now. But I wanted to move out of my Pillar Box Red Original because it's no longer Christmas anymore, thank God. And in something else, and I didn't really think that going into a spring colour at the moment was right because it's so dull and dismal outside. So I thought something still dark and something that I like. So I chose the Malden because I could have chosen a couple of other dark ones that I've got, but the Malden is always going to be one of my favourite Filofaxes. I just love it so much. But yeah, so it's personal sized and it has 24mm rings, standard personal size, not the compact and not 30mm. So yeah, so that's what I'm using at the moment. So I'll show you around and give you a quick run through of what's in there at the moment. So this is a personal size Malden again, and I don't know if my camera is picking it up, but you can see, hopefully, how easily they mark. I do have a pocket zipped in the same, there we go, that's easier. So it's the same leather, but you can see there how easily they mark, and I quite like it because I think it gives them a bit of character. But yeah, if you don't like easily scratched Filofaxes, then the Malden probably isn't the one for you. But as I say, that's the pocket zipped version, you can see size wise. And what I was mentioning about the colours earlier, again, I don't know if you can see it, but the zipped pocket is a lot lighter and it's more of a tan colour as opposed to a brown. There we go. I think the camera's picking it up. I can sort of see it, but I don't know if that's the angle that I'm sat at or the light that I'm under either. But there we go. So personal inside my Malden, I have got. Okay, so there's nothing in the zip at the moment. I usually keep. I haven't sorted it out yet, but I usually keep a £1 coin. Oh, there's a hair grip in there. I usually keep a £1 coin, a few hair grips, a hair bubble, a sachet of tea, a sachet of sweetener, that sort of thing. Things that are, you know, I like carrying around. One thing I did read that somebody keeps in there is keys, and I thought that was a really silly idea. A, because it might damage the Malden, and B, because if you lose it and your personal details are inside, then somebody probably has access to your house. So not the smartest idea, but there we go. So that's a really, really useful pocket, and I love that pocket. Because a few Filofaxes have a zip pocket here, and also one at the back, and sometimes one here. But it's quite a nice little pocket, and it surprisingly it holds quite a lot as well. So that's in there. So what else is in here? So I've got behind the pocket, which is again quite a fair size pocket. You could probably fit notes or something in there actually. That might be quite nice. Monetary notes. But anyway, I've got my little laminated platform 9 3/4 ticket, and you can, I don't know if you can see actually, but anyway, I did punch that to suit the size, but there's nowhere else to really clip it in at the moment. So that's just my laminated platform 9 3/4 ticket, and that's just in there because it's potterised. So that sits in there, and I also have some stamps, just in case. Yeah, I've got some cards here, photo of my husband and I. These are just cards that friends have sent me, and I just think they're quite nice. But again, some people like to keep sort of money in here and bank cards and that in here. But again, I don't really think it's the safest idea to keep you know, stuff like your keys or your bank cards in here, because if you do lose it, then as I say, somebody has access, especially if you're like me and you keep your personal details in there. So yeah, I have a laminated quote there by Sirius Black. It was just a little piece of paper that somebody sent me that I just trimmed and typed on with my typewriter and laminated, so that's in there. And then I have my Marauders map picture, and I found that on Pinterest, in case you're interested. I probably just typed in Marauders map or Harry Potter map or something like that, and it came up, or it just came up on my feed and I pinned it, but that was on there. And to print that, I literally just put it into Word and printed it on a piece of, I think it was 300 GSM card. I'm not sure what that translates to in American terms, but it's quite a thick card anyway. I don't know, it's not too pliable, so that's on there. And yeah, I just laminated that and trimmed it. And one thing I do like doing is leaving enough space of laminate for me then to trim so that I don't go into the picture, because it would have sort of gone in here. So I did that, which is quite nice. And I do that on a lot, so you can see it there as well. It's not actually gone through, so do that. There's a picture of my son when we went to the Harry Potter studios. I dressed him up as Baby Potter and we got so much free stuff that day and everybody was cooing over him and it was wonderful. But I just think he looks really sweet, and obviously it matches as well. So this paper here that you can see was a digital download that I bought from Etsy, and I really cannot remember the name of the seller, but I think I paid around £3 for 7 or 8 papers, which was quite nice. And there's another one in a bit that I'll show you. And when I printed this one, I just literally put the printer paper back in the printer and reprinted on the other side, and then that's how I got that on there. And then I have my, I guess what is my actual dashboard, and that is my picture collage, which I've shown you all before. Nothing on the back of that. And then I have my personal details page, which I'm obviously not going to show you, so I will flip that over. And I have another laminated quote. That's the Roald Dahl quote. I love that one. And that's just on a Project Life card, which I thought was quite sweet. And again, I've laminated it and then trimmed without going into it. And I actually usually use that as a bookmark, which is why it overlaps at the top, but I'm not using it for that at the moment. I have some positive quotes that I made, and you can find those on my blog somewhere. They're free download, so feel free to download them and punch them, and you could probably do it for A5 size as well if you just download that. But anyway, they're free, so go ahead. I have my first divider, which is for my dates, so that's all my birthdays, anniversaries and that sort of thing that I need to remember. It's the Sirius Black Snape quote. Again, that was just a Pinterest image and that was free, but I did have to crop it to the personal paper size. I think it was 171mm by 95mm. And then print that out onto the 300 GSM card, and on the reverse of that is another one of the downloads I was on about, the Etsy downloads that I paid for. So that's there. It was quite tedious actually, because I was being really stupid and I was getting tired, and I was putting it in one way and it was printing out on the other. And then and then I used round tabs on these, which I got the idea off of I think her YouTube is My Green Cow. Her name's Daisy Martin anyway, but she's anyway, she was the first person that I saw to do round tabs, and I just think they look quite sweet and quite modern as well. So that's on that, and then that's just a craft label that I've used a typewriter for. So that's on there anyway. So I just made them myself. Again, that was just Pinterest and Etsy downloads. These are the Kiki K birthday and anniversaries inserts, which are quite sweet really, and I just stuck some washi on them, so just like that. And then I have some blanks, and then I have my car info, which I think is quite important for me to have in there, because I'm always forgetting stuff, like when my service is due. So that's just an organised mum insert, and I just created a little tab using the craft labels again, and I wrote on that one, and then I just secured it, even though it's a label, just to make sure it's sticky enough. I just secured it with a bit of washi, so that's quite sweet. It's like a little homemade tab. And then I have the Albus Dumbledore quote as a divider. Again, round tabs, Pinterest, trimming, cropping, whatever, printing. Same design on the other side. And round tabs again with the craft label and the typewriting. And then I have my things I need to do list. And that bit of paper came in as an RAK from a little lady called Rianne Rustin. God, I can't remember her name now, Jesus, but she's Philo_Harmony on Instagram, and she sent me the most gorgeous RAK, and I think it's from Target or Dollar Store. I don't know because I'm not American, but anyway, it's really cute and it's magnetic, but I decided to trim it down just at the bottom so that it would fit because it's the perfect width, and then I just used my Rapesco hole punch. Nice and easy. You could use a single hole punch, so I have one of them for quite a while, but anyway, that was just punched in, and then that's my things I must do bit. So that's just a removable tab, and that's one of the Martha Stewart ones. I don't know if that's the large or small size, but that's there anyway. I don't know why that's in there. Oh, I do. I haven't removed all of my 2014 used inserts yet, all of the diary, so that's just in there. And then that's the Ollie clip that another lady sent me. So that just holds all of my dates together up until today. So if I scroll through, you can see what my planner looks like. So I really like my style of decorating at the moment. I didn't really like, that's one of my favourite weeks, I didn't really like Christmas. I used the countdown stickers from these ones here from Paper Chase, and I found them quite difficult to sort of write around. I don't know if it was the shape or the colour, but I found it quite difficult. So they're my Christmas weeks, and that was quite hard. And I decided not to go with Kate Spade inserts for next year. I've gone for Piaric, and I love them. They're absolutely amazing, and the quality is incredible, and the pen doesn't bleed either. And a lot of people ask what pen I use, and I just use any black gel pen, but the one I've got in here at the moment is a Gelox gel ink pen. I think it's by Eric Krause. That one there, if you can see. And that's a 0.5mm, and the nib is quite fine. I quite like, I don't like writing with a thick nib, it offends me. But yeah, so I'm using Piaric inserts at the moment, and I don't know what the hell happened, but I don't know if you can see at all, a lot of mine have got a little pink mark on. I did message Pia, and she said she'd offer me the pages, but I didn't want to put her at any trouble or expense. I can live with it. But I've no idea what on earth happened, because I decorated the first page, and I just went to go take the rest out and realised they were like that. But it's only up until April, and I can deal with it because it hasn't hugely smudged. Again, I don't know if you can really see it on there, but it's I'm not really bothered by it, but just in case you pick up. So my first week in January looks like that. And it was a bit of a mishmash, but it does. And I made these little stickers myself. I get asked a lot what these little border stickers are, and they're by a brand called K2, and you get quite a large set. I think it's roughly 200 stickers, and I've got a little Target flag in there. And again, that came from the RAK from Rian. God, I'm so sorry. Yeah, so that was my first week anyway in 2015, and it's, as I said, it's a bit of a shambles. It's not really my usual tidiness, but it will suffice, I guess. If I hold it up, because I think I might be having a bit too much light coming off of my light over there, so I'll move that down in a second. But if you can see, there we go. And quite a few people were interested. Is that better? That's a bit better. Quite a few people were interested in my little month tabs. I really like being able to flip between the months, so I made, if you can see them there, I just got some of the tags that were sent to me, the Target or Dollar Store, I don't know. I guess it's like our equivalent of Poundland, but or 99p store if you want to talk about exchange rates. But they're quite sweet. I love them actually. I really don't want to use them up, so I wanted to use them for something that I could keep. So I decided to make these, and all I did was literally use one of my craft labels, stuck on Jan, Feb, Mar, whatever, and laminated, and then just trimmed around the edges like I did with the quotes and the dash and that sort of thing, and laminated that there. So and they're really thin as well, which is lovely because it means that they don't bulk it out too much. So yeah, that's that. And then if I move on to this week, so this is this week at the moment, and a lot of people are always asking me how I decorate, and do I decorate before or do I decorate afterwards? And the answer is a bit of both. I decorate, I start off with a bit of washi and a couple of stickers, and then throughout the week I just write in, and at the end of most days I sort of sit down for just 10 minutes and stick in a few stickers or washi on the white bits. So this page over here is sort of how I would start, completely blank, bar this bit here. So it's just a bit of washi and a few stickers, and then yesterday I didn't really have much to do, so I stuck a quote sticker in, and then I had a bit of white space here that didn't look right, so I stuck a sticker there and there again as well. And yeah, so in fact, if I go on to next week, that is pretty much how I start off a week. So I hope that answers some people's questions. There we go. There we go. So yeah, and then the week after that just looks like that, and then after that is just blank, I think, so far. I think, yeah, just blank. So yeah, that's sort of how I start off. So yeah, just a few stickers and a few bits of washi, and that's one of those K2 labels again. My stickers are just from Paper Chase, and I think I got these ones here, not these, those ones there from the 99p store, and these were just these and these were Paper Chase sale. So Wilkinson's, and that's the Paper Chase planner label that a girl called Anne-Marie sent me from the UK Planner Addicts page on Facebook, and they're adorable actually. I didn't see them in there in the Paper Chase when I went in, but they're from Paper Chase. There's a few more of them here in the back, which I'll show you quickly. They look like that, and I think they said play date, and I think I've used all of those ones, but they're really, really cool, and they're a really nice colour, and because they're square, they're really easy to write around, or rectangular, so they're lovely, and I love them. So I use them quite a lot. So yeah, that is basically how I would start out a week. So you can see sort of how much decoration I've got going on in comparison to a completed week. I fill up, as you can see, maybe. That one probably isn't the best example. That one's probably better. So these ones here, you can see how I have probably just started off with a few stickers and then eventually sort of built up the white space, because I really don't like white space at all in my planner. And again there. So that is sort of, yeah, that's how it works. So yeah, that's just up to the end of 2015, beginning of 2016. Oh no, just up to the end of 2015. So I will need to order some more. And I'm tempted to order another one. But these ones, I asked Pia if she would do a custom order for me, because the date, the year is normally over here. And I can't decorate properly because I decorate in this corner, so I asked if she could just move it over, and she did. So that was really, really lovely and a real help to me. And again, you can see I've got another one of those targets there, and so it goes through to June. So yeah, and then my third tab, because I only have 3 tabs, is the double dot quote. Again, Pinterest and Etsy. And then we move on to the back, because that's my contacts. We move on to the back, and I've just got a Kiki K ruler, which separates out my sort of papers to my little stickers, and I've got a little zip wallet there. And I actually didn't have a personal size zip wallet until Christmas, and my husband bought me one. I just had the top opening ones. So there we go. And I keep stickers in there because I like having a few stickers. And they're just odds and sods, they're all just different colours and sizes and whatever, so I just use them to fill up space if I need to. And I just have some, that's for my work stuff, that stuff I've got to claim back, my expenses, so that's just stuff in there. And then in the back pocket I have got the Organised Mum labels, and I've got the Paper Chase labels there that I was on about. So I've got the Paper Chase, Organised Mum, and their Paper Chase as well, and there's just a receipt that I needed, which I guess I will move now. So yeah, and one thing I didn't show you was back to today, is my bookmark or ruler. It's not really a ruler because there's no measurements on it, but that was just made out of the Harry Potter Etsy download that I bought out of the paper. So I just literally made that. And one thing people do, I do it sometimes if the paper's thick enough, but this one isn't really because it's only the 300 GSM card, is they cut along here and then it makes it removable, you know, like the Kiki K I just showed you, so you can just pull it and it will just come off. So that's in there. And I've also got another quote that my pen pal Stella sent me, and that just sits in there. And then on the back of there is my things to do around the house list, so that's everything that I've got to do, which I used my typewriter to type things that I needed to do. So you can see there I am one very busy lady, and I do an awful lot. I crossed off a few things, and I can also cross off linen cupboard. I did that earlier on today, so go me. And that again was part of the RK that I was sent. I just used the sticky note, and I used a bit of washi to stick that on there. I just thought it brought a bit of colour to it because they're quite black and white. So yeah, so yeah, so the Malden is definitely one of my favourites, as I've said several times. So that's about that really. Yeah, I use just three sections of mine. I'm trying to slim it down a bit because it needs to go on a New Year diet, a bit of fat. But we're scared about damaging the rings, and I think my ultimate goal would probably be to be able to work in a compact, because they are quite heavy and they do weigh me down a lot, especially if you add the weight of my purse as well. So maybe I'll show you around that soon as well. But I can see, looking at my camera, that I only have 1 minute and 47 seconds left to keep talking, which I'm sure everybody's really pleased about, including my husband's downstairs, who's probably laughing at me talking at the camera. So anyway, I'm going to head off, and hopefully I will make another video quite soon. So happy filofaxing, bye!